So the objectives of supercharging here I have provided some of the objectives of supercharging. So the first objective of supercharging is to increasing of high altitude. So once there is a increasing of high altitude, so that the more power can be produced, the kind of power can be utilized on aircrafts. So in order to increase the aircraft engine high altitude, then the supercharger is required. And also some say on stationary engines, in order to increase the high altitude, a supercharger is also required. So in order to some military engines, mountain engines, so there also in order to increase the high altitude, then the supercharger is required here. So the objective is in order to increase the kind of vehicles at high rate of altitude, at high rate of combustion chamber, at high rate of combustion in the combustion chamber, from the combustion chamber, then we must be use a supercharger. Then come to second objective over here, to reduce weight of an engine power, reduce the weight of an engine power kilowatts or power developed as in the case of racing cars. So from the racing cars, we need to expect more mileage and we need to expect at high speed from the racing cars, because the racing car has to give that large amount of mileage, and also it give the high speed. Instantaneous speed is required on that. In order to get instantaneous speed, the supercharging component has to provide on the racing cars, because in order to get the large amount of speed from the racing cars, the combustion chamber has to provide sufficient amount of power from the combustion chamber, right? The combustion chamber has to give that sufficient amount of power in order to get the instantaneous power on racing cars, right? So in order to that, the supercharger is most essential on racing cars. Also on racing cars, it is a one kind of objective, increase the engine efficiency and increase the engine speed on racing cars. The supercharger is required. So to reduce the size of engine to fit into the limited space, the cases of locomotive and marine engines. So it is also one objective. If keep on placing of supercharger, the space would be, the engine space would be taking more. The engine space would be at high rate it is required. So in order to minimize the engine speed on the engine space on the vehicle, so it should be as much as possible, it should be simplify that. Supercharging is must be simplified, right? Minimize the size, reduce the size. So that is also one objective. So in order to minimize the size, in order to minimize the weight of that vehicle, in order to overcome the altitudes, vibrations, so everything factor, on each factor it required, some objectives, right? And also that the final is to increase the power output of existing engines to meet the great power demands. So in order to increase the power on existing engines, on old
Sir,
engines,
Alini
the kind of
Vijayan యాడ్ చేయాలండి
supercharger
సార్.
has to provide. So this is the one of the object. So how to provide on existing engines?
సార్
So that is also one of the objective here. So the kind of objectives can be take as a challenging by those engineers, and they are providing
సార్
and they are developing a supercharger, and they are developing a supercharger, right? So these are the some of the objectives. The objectives is a one to reduce the vibrations, by when the supercharger is placing on nearby the engine, and reduce the weight of the engine when the supercharger is providing at the engine, then reduce the size of the engine when supercharger is providing nearby the engine, and increase the output when this kind of supercharger is providing to the engine. So these are the some of the what you call that objectives. Next, coming into that, a few advantages by placing of a supercharger at the engine. By placing of a supercharger at the engine, one is increasing horsepower. So main intention is to provide the supercharger to the engine is increasing the power, providing large amount of power, right? Second one is no lag. right? So if supercharger is not there, the suction stroke would not take in the correct time. The compression stroke also would not take in the correct time. So each four strokes cannot take in the correct time. Each strokes cannot open in the correct angle also, because there is there is nothing but in the combustion chamber. Still some gases are remains, not opening, not closing of suction and exhaust valves, suction and exhaust valves during the correct time. So it leads to a lag. It leads to a lag. Keep on the lagging is increasing, the power development cannot be taken place there. The sufficient power cannot be taken place. So that is why no lag should be provided. So in order to reduce the lag, in order to reduce the lagging of each stroke, then the supercharging is required there. By that, the engine efficiency can be increases. So that is why. So supercharger is providing no lagging can be taken place. So each and every stroke can work at respective time and respective angle, opening and closing. Then the power can be developed, power can be produced at large rate. Low RPM boost, because boosting RPM is nothing but the crankcase revolutions. The crankcase revolutions can be take less rate, so that the burden on the engine, the work on the engine can reduces. The work on engine can reduces, so that the working life of the engine can be increases. The working life of the engine can increases. So this is what it is also one advantages. Means the by placing of a supercharger, so the working the life of the engine can be increases, because the RPM rate can be reduces. RPM rate of crankcase can be reduces, so which leads to reducing of increasing of life of the engine, increasing life of the engine. And price also can be vary. Price also can be reduced. Cost effective way of increasing horsepower, right? Whenever the horsepower is increasing, the power is increasing, the power is increasing from the engine. So the each and every factor of mileage cost, maintenance cost, so each and every cost can be reduces. So that is what the advantages of on price. By placing of a supercharger, the engine can be work, the engine can produces large amount of power, the engine can produces the engine can consume fuel rate, less amount of fuel rate, so that the leading of prices will be raised. The prices can be saved here. The amount of prices can be saved by placing of a supercharger. So that is one advantages. Coming into that disadvantages, of course we have some disadvantages. So during that consuming of lot power from the engine, lot power from the engine, so the engine has undergone some pressure. The engine has undergone some lot of work on that. Lot of work on that means that the engine working hours can be increases. Engine working hours can be increases. So therefore the life of the engine is minimized at some hours, minimized at some hours, right? Not lot amount of minimization of engine, but little bit minimization hours can be taken place here. Next, increase the strain on engine. That only I'm telling that if the process is continuously doing, the process is continuously doing by placing of a supercharger. So even though there is a increasing power efficiency, increasing power, but the strain on engine is more. The strain on engine is more. Whenever the strain on engine is more, the life of the engine would be reduces. The life of the engine would be reduces. Means that the more maintenance cost will be take place over there, right? Sometimes it leads to explosive, expensive also. Expensive is nothing but maintenance would be raised. Maintenance cost is also keep on raising, so that is called as a expensive. And also it's noise somewhat. So in order to reduce the noise, we have to take some precautions. So last slide also I take you that noise. So noise has to reduce. So in order to reduce the noise, some precautions and some steps we have to take. Some steps we have to take, right? So this is the some a few disadvantages over here, right? Next. So advantages we seen, disadvantages we seen on supercharger, and some objectives also we seen on supercharger. So there are few types of superchargers are there, especially three types of superchargers are there, right? We'll go through that three types of superchargers. So first type of supercharger, right? First type of supercharger, roots type, second centrifugal type, third one is screw type, right? Roots type supercharger is one kind of supercharger, and centrifugal type one kind of supercharger, screw type is one kind of supercharger. Of course, these three types of superchargers are using for sucking of atmospheric air, consuming of atmospheric air, or dragging of atmospheric air. The way of dragging of atmospheric air by using of roots method, by using of centrifugal compressor method, by using of screw method. That's all. The working principle is same about all three types, but the using of method to drag the atmospheric air is different here. Once the dragging of atmospheric air from the atmosphere, then after that the principle is, the working principle is same on supercharger, right? So we'll consider first root type supercharger. So you can see here root type supercharger here. This is the root type supercharger. So as we know that it is a IC engine. It is total IC engine where four strokes are taking with crankcase everything, with crankcase everything. But as I said that supercharger is a one kind of device, one kind of equipment which is connected to the inlet manifold. You can see this. This is the inlet valve. This is the inlet valve. This is the exhaust valve. At inlet valve, the passage is available. This is the passage. So this is the inlet manifold. So it is connected to the inlet manifold. This is called as a supercharger. This is called as a supercharger. Supercharger is nothing but dragging of atmospheric air from atmosphere and energizing of pressure and temperature on air, and sending into the sending through the where sending through the inlet manifold, sending into the inlet manifold to the combustion chamber. This is the combustion chamber, right? So let's see that root type. These are the roots. Two roots are there. Two roots are there. So those two roots are using for compressing of air. Those two roots are using for compressing of air. Those two roots are compressing of air. This is mounted on one shaft. This is mounted on the another shaft. So two individual shafts are there. So two individual shafts are rotating in the clockwise and anti-clockwise, so that whenever the air is passing through these passes, so you can see this. This is the little bit passage. So here there is a little bit passage. Whenever air is moving inside of the chamber of supercharger, inside the supercharger chamber, and it is moving over this area. So because there is a little bit area, there is a shortcome of area. So when these two are rotating, so in this area, the pressure, the air of the pressure can be energized. The pressure can be increases, and the temperature also can be increases. Likewise, it is a continuous process. In the fraction of seconds, it is varying the speeds. So whenever the air is moving over this over through this area, then the pressure and temperature can be increases on the air, and then it is sending into the combustion chamber through inlet manifold, through the inlet manifold. Then the combustion chamber, the combustion process is taking place over this area, over the combustion, in the combustion chamber, right? So the thing is, the kind of root chamber is using for whenever it is rotating, there is a suction. I mean that there is a vacuum creation. By vacuum creation, the atmospheric air can be sucked, and the atmospheric air after sucking into the combustion chamber, there is a energizing of pressure and temperature on that. Then after that it is sending into the combustion chamber. That is what you can see here. So it consists of two cylindrical shaped loops. This is called as a loops are nothing but roots in opposite direction in the common housing. So this is the common house. There are the two loops are nothing but roots. Two roots are there which is connected in different shops and are rotating in the opposite direction. These two are rotating in the opposite direction. So when the construction is over, then coming into the working principle, air enter into the space in between of the rotor loops, in between the rotor loops at the inlet. So from this is called as a inlet. Air can enter into this, and air can passes through between of these two loops and carried around the roots and discharges port. And after that it is enter into the discharge port, whereas this is the discharge port, and this is also called as a suction port, inlet manifold, and enter into this. So the kind of discharged air from the root supercharger is a pressurized air, right? So this is the one coming into centrifugal supercharger. Instead of taking up this supercharger, there is a setup. The setup is called as a centrifugal compressor, right? This total setup is going to place over here, replacing with this root supercharger, replacing with roots. So rest of that same. See, it consists of an impeller which is rotates in the clockwise direction. See here, impellers. These are the impellers. Impellers are nothing but blades. Impellers are nothing but blades. But for compressor, we'll call it as a impellers. For turbine, it's called as a blades. It's called it as a blades. So that you have to remember. So impellers are provided inside of this. Then the air enter into the hub of the impeller. Right? The air can be enter through this hub of the impeller, and air is passes through the impellers. Air is passes over the impellers. So when the impeller is rotating, the air can passes over the impellers, and then and there the air can be energized, the air can be pressurized, and then it is sending into over this area, right? Sending into over this area through inlet manifold to combustion chamber. That also you can see. So air is entering from this area. Air is entering from this area. By looking front view, we cannot get this. We cannot see this. That is why the air is coming from inside and passing over the impellers, and it is continuously coming out, so that there is a pressurized, right? The air enter the hub of the impeller axially. This is called axial direction, axis of the direction, and turned radially in the radial veins, right? Once it has been entered into the axially, so it is passing through the radial direction. Radial direction is nothing but the impellers are rotating in the circumference in the radial direction. So that is where the air also can be moved through the radial direction. So whenever the air is passing through the radial direction, the air gets energized. The air gets more pressurized than atmospheric air. The air leaves the impeller. This is called as a impeller discharge port at high speed, but air can be discharged at high speed. Then the diffuser converts high speed. So there is a diffuser, it converts at high speed, right? At whenever it is sending into the diffuser and impeller, so that kind of high pressure and temperature is entering into that manifold, inlet manifold, and enter into that combustion chamber. This is the one kind of centrifugal supercharger, right? Next, coming into third one I'll take you this. This is the third one, screw supercharger, right? Instead of placing of compressor and placing of roots, there is a screw. This is the one screw, this is the another screw. Two shops of screws are provided, so which are oppositing together, together. See here, it consists of set of worm gears. Two kind of sets of gears are there, opposite gears are there. The air enter in the supercharger through the top rear and it compressed between the rotors. So whenever the air is entering through the top and when air is passing through the gears, so the air can be pressurized over here. So whenever the air is passing through the gears, air can pressurized, right? The male rotor is rotates in the clockwise while female rotor rotates in the anti-clockwise. That means that these two rotors are rotating in the opposite direction, and between the space of the two rotors of opposite direction, the air passes and air can compressed. Air can compressed. So once air is screwed and compressed, the full length of the rotor is remains in the compressed. So when air is passing through along the length of the rotors, the air get more compressed and then it is sending into the engine demands. It is the kind of compressed air is sending into the engine demands to the combustion chamber through the inlet manifold, This is what three types of superchargers, right? So we seen that what is supercharger. Supercharger is a one kind of device which is using for pressurized the air or which is using for compress the air, then after that it is sending into the combustion chamber through inlet manifold, right? Some of the objectives we see in about screw charger, supercharger, and also that advantages also we seen, disadvantages also we seen, three types of superchargers also we seen. So about three types of superchargers. First one is rotor type supercharger. Second one is what, compressor type supercharger. Third one is tin type, that means that screw type supercharger, right? Screw type supercharger. Next, coming into that one topic is there, crankcase ventilation. Crankcase ventilation system is there. So this is most important. It is also one kind of method here, crankcase ventilation. I'll explain you through diagram. So crankcase ventilation is nothing but, so as we know that the engine is taking four strokes: suction, compression, expansion, then evaporation. Evaporation is nothing but exist valve. So evaporation. During the suction, the air can compress from atmospheric. Then after that, it is a compression stroke. So it is a power stroke expansion. The exhaust gases are releasing into atmosphere. Right. So we know that this is the principle. But while while the process is combusting, that means that the air fuel is combusting in the combustion chamber. During that time, some of the gases are coming out. Some of the gases are coming out from the piston watchers. These are the piston rings or piston watchers, piston rings. So some of the gases which are unburnt gases are escaping from the combustion chamber to crankcase housing. This is called as a crankcase house. This is called crankcase houses. So due to unburnt method, or due to some problems, or due to some inconvenience methods in the combustion chamber, some of the gases are escaping from this passage. A small gap may be provided over there due to sealing factor, because the sealing cannot be take place properly. By that time, by little amount of gases are escaping and reaching into the crankcase housing. This is called as a crankcase housing. So if like that gases are reaching into the crankcase housing continuously, it leads to what you call block of engine block అయిపోయింది అంటారు కదా. So it leads to block the engine. So that is why the kind of gases which are escaping from the combustion chamber and moving to the crankcase house, those gases has to send out. Those gases are sending out. So that is the one method. That method is called as a crankcase ventilation method. Crankcase ventilation method. providing a space or providing a one part passage escaping of gases from the crankcase housing is called a crankcase ventilation method. So like that, the gases, the exhaust gases, I mean that the unburnt gases, the harmful gas, those gases are also called as harmful gases because not burnt properly in the combustion chamber, and during the burning stage, the gases are escaping from the combustion chamber and reaching the crankcase. Those gases are harmful gases also. So the kind of escaping method is called as a blow by. The kind of escaping method is called as a blow by. You can see that some gases are about to reach the crankcase house, about to reach the crankcase house. So likewise, the gases are coming and entering into the crankcases because there is a some oil particles, because crankcase, to reduce the crankcase friction, some oils are providing. So the gases are coming and contacting with oil particles and keep on adding up the oil and these kind of unburnt gases. It leads to what? Blacking of the engine, or it leads to what? Striking of the engine, and sometimes there is a bursting of the engine also. Some cases bursting of the engine keep on leading of the leading by blow by gases, leading by blow by gases. So that is why it required one ventilation. The ventilation would be provided. Next case, right? You can see that before knowing about the crankcase ventilation system, it is important to know about blow by. So blow by is nothing but expansion stroke, that gas inside the cylinder gets passed and the piston rings and enter into the crankcase housing, which is called as a blow by. Entering into the crankcase housing, that is called as a blow by process. Next, I'll take you that how to provide ventilation. So this is the ventilation providing over here. So just observe this. Right. So till now I explained from this area. I explained you only from this area, right? Blow by gases are entering and rotating in the rotating in the crankcase housing and combining with oil particles. It leads to what? Blacking of the engine. So in order to minimize the cases of blacking of the engine, then we are providing one method, one process. The process is called as a what? The process is called as a crankcase ventilation process. Crankcase ventilation method. You see here. So there is a one small passage in the crankcase housing, small passage in the crankcase housing. So one small passage. So you can see this passage. So through that passage, the blow by gases are going out. The blow by gases are going out. Sometimes at earlier stage of designing of at earlier stage of this, it was releasing into that atmosphere, but later on it has been developed other method, that is called as a reusing of crankcase blow by gases. Reusing of crankcase blow by gases means that there is a providing of one passage. The passage, through that passage, the gases are entering and moving into moving, and finally these gases are joining into the inlet port. These the gases are joined into the inlet port, which the passage is provided to the suction stroke. Which passage is provided to the suction stroke? Because this is a passage, the passage, through that passage, suction air is moving to the suction stroke. Suction air is moving to the suction stroke. So the kind of gases are reusing and attaching and providing to the suction air, providing to the suction air. That means that merging with suction air and allowed to enter into the suction, because the kind of gases are unburnt gases. The kind of gases are just pressurized, just some amount of pressure is increased and some amount of what you call that, velocity also is increased, right? So it's just like a pressurized air, unburnt gases. So those gases are again re-enter into the re-enter into the suction stroke, re-enter into the suction stroke. Then I can say that suction stroke is nothing but what you call that suction manifold or inlet manifold. Inlet manifold re-enter into the inlet manifold and enter into the suction stroke. Again it will meet into the combustion chamber. The kind of blow by gases are meet into the combustion chamber for reburning, so this is the arrangement. So the arrangement is called as a PCV, positive clock valve, positive clock valve. So that is called as a positive clock valve. So it is a one directional positive clock valve, one direction. It cannot provide the second direction, only it is a one direction. Once the gases are enter into that passage, it can pass, the gases can pass in the only one direction. It cannot come back into the cannot come back into that crankcase housing, because if coming back into the crankcase housing, it is not possible, because there is a still remaining of blow by gases, so it cannot possible. Again the method leads to that blocking of the engine. In order to minimize the blocking of the engine, it's required one way controlling valve. So through that one way controlling valve, the blow by gases are moving and entering into that inlet manifold, through which the it will reach into the combustion chamber, so you can see here, this is the atmospheric air entering here. So the kind of atmospheric air through the throttle valve it will enter into here, right? Throttle valve it will enter into here, and the gases are rejoining over here and coming out. And this method is for what? This passage is for what? Because some cases there is no pressurized, some cases the pressure is not sufficient, the gases to pass through this passage. The gases not required of pressure, not sufficient pressure to pass through this passage at that time. So some extra pressure is required, some extra vacuum is required. So the extra vacuum is providing from the inlet port. So this is called as the atmospheric air. So the atmospheric air is coming and moving and entering into the housing, crankcase housing, so that there is a pressure can be increases. The kind of pressure is help us to pass the gases through this port. The kind of pressure is help us to pass the gases through this manifold, through this passage. So this is what when crankcase ventilation system means that. So some of the unburnt gases are entering into the crankcase housing. Those gases has to send out. In order to send out from the crankcase house, it required one way port, one way valve. It is a one way valve. Sometimes the pressure is not sufficient to the gases to send through the one way valve. So at that case, some extra gases are required, some extra air is required. The air is taking from the atmosphere. The air is taking from the atmosphere, so that there is a sufficient pressure. So there is a sufficient pressure on the gases, so which leads to easily passes through this manifold, through this port. Clear? So this is what the crankcase ventilation system, which is most important nowadays on the vehicles. In order to reduce the blacking of engines, you can see the total setup here, how the PC valve here like this. So this is the one method, through that PC valve, and it is rejoining over here. After that the rejoining air and press air mix it together and passes through the suction manifold, inlet intake manifold, and enter into that combustion chamber through the suction stroke, after that it is as usual, some exhaust gases are there. Exhaust gases would be sent to the exhaust manifold, and of course we have a turbocharger here. We can use turbocharger, and we can reuse of those gases also, those gases also. You can see that valve, that this kind of valve, one way valve. This is the way the spring is there with pressure. Whenever the pressure is increasing from the crankcase, the pressure is will passes through this. So there is a spring, so through that pressure the spring will go up, so that there is a little bit passage. Through that passage the gases will go out. Through that passage the gases will go out. This is what the valve position at this respective place. Clear? Right. This is about crankcase, sources of crankcase, everything is just working principle I took. So today we took two concepts. One is supercharging, another one is what? Crankcase ventilation system. So total three concepts are there here. Turbocharging is a one concept, supercharging is a one concept, and providing of crankcase ventilation is a one concept. So these three concepts are very important for this unit, from this unit. So you have to be ready. So with that we have completed first unit. So next class I'll take you that through second unit, power transmission, how power transmission is taking. So component by component of automobile will explain, we'll take from the next class onwards, right? So I have only 2 minutes. If you have any doubts you can ask me from the first units, right? I'll send you this material. I'll post through the group, WhatsApp group, because these are the slides. From the slides you can get complete matter. So whenever you've gone through these slides, you can cover the first unit. So almost 144 slides are there. Each and every topic I have covered through the slides. So you can follow the slides and you can get the knowledge from the first unit. Okay. You can raise you can raise your voice. If you have anything, you can raise your voice. I have only 1 minute. Hello, please ask me something. Hello. Are you guys are there online?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no? First unit, about first unit. So you can go through that syllabus. I covered all the topics, but you have to study this.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I'm running out of time. You can contact me later.
CAD-CAM gate. Faculty, sir.
I'm searching for that only. We took one person, but he was not coming. We are trying to another person. Okay. Only CAD-CAM only, no, from your side? More 5 subjects
Yes,
are
sir.
running.
Hmm.
Right? Rest of 5 units,
He-
5 subjects are running, no?
Madhu sir
PO,
subject only on sir.
Madhu sir
PO,
is facing some problems because his father is not good.